Old games you had to blow into them. Now you have to lick them before you stick them.
Hey everybody.
I didn't have mine tight enough.
Hey everybody. Welcome to the experience point. You're probably wondering what I'm saying, and I'm sure that Andrew will have subtitles up.
I'm just gonna put total nonsense.
Can we all talk in Animal Crossing?
Just post that video of me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you already did. That was so weird.
Hello and welcome to the third one.
Anyway, yes, I'm sure all of you are going to something very similar. We're stuck in our house, or these two are.
Stuck in our house that we now live in together because
We've
all lost our jobs.
Yeah.
Sort of. Not really. Some of us more than others.
It's a hard time for everybody, and I hope you're all doing well.
Yeah.
I'm taking this off!
Yeah, let's be done with the masks, especially for any of our podcast listeners who are like, why does it sound like they're underwater?
Yes, we're wearing masks as a visual joke.
Yeah. Haha, that probably hasn't been done by anybody. We've been off of YouTube for months anyway, so what do we know what's been going on?
Right, what has been going on?
Well, I've come down with a little sickness called the virus.
Oh, yeah?
No. I'm down with the sickness, though. What's been going on?
Great question.
We haven't recorded since
Magfest.
New Year's. Yeah,
New
or
Year's.
like Christmas.
Christmas.
Because we were about to go to MagFest.
Yeah.
So let's just start in order then. What did we do in January? Real fast, though. Important event.
MagFest.
MagFest 2020. Woohoo!
Holy shit.
Probably the only good thing that's going to come out of this year.
Well, that's because it was before everything was canceled.
Yeah.
Everyone and everything is canceled.
Yeah. I'm so sick of this cancel culture, man.
Yeah.
It's just some little virus comes out and everything gets canceled.
So, just for those who don't know what MagFest is, hopefully now you'll know after we explain it, but it is a, what does it stand for? Music and Gaming
It stands
Festival.
for, we explained this in our last
Did
video.
Yeah, I'm almost
We
certain
totally
we did.
did.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
It might as well have been MagFest 2017. We had fun. It was a gaming convention all night.
That was my first, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
My
we-
first Magfest.
Jesse's first time. Our third? Second?
Yeah, we're MagFest sluts by now.
Dang. Wow. Speak for
Jesse's
yourself.
first time.
Yeah, no, it was an absolute blast. I think that whole convention was made for me.
Yeah.
Just, there's music in different rooms all the time, just 24/7. Like, the bar has, like, live versions of video game music, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is where I want to be the whole time.
That's cool until, like, as the night goes on and people get drunker and drunker, the quality of the DJs just, like, plummets. Because by the end, we were in the nightclub, which if you've never been to the Gaylord nightclub called Pose, freaking go. Especially during a con, because they have just all the, like, really good...
Or really bad.
Yeah, until like maybe midnight or so.
Yeah.
Really good DJs. Apparently, like one of the composers or like somebody who made music for Sonic Mania was playing. So there's a bunch of Sonic songs. But then, like as the night went on, it was just like the worst, like try hard, like
Yeah.
DJs. But
We're not going to
it
rap
was
on them,
enjoyable.
though.
Yeah.
They did fine.
Yeah, I met a few people. Met Pat from Two Best Friends Play, which is now Castle Super Beast. Alpharad danced by us while we were waiting in line.
Alpharad and Family Jewels definitely danced by us.
We ran into Sonic Fox.
Yeah, we freaking met.
They ran into Sonic Fox. I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I shook
we
their
weren't with
hand.
Jesse, and like we were just walking by, and then Andrew's just like, and then he like turned around. I was like, who? And I'm thinking it's a friend of ours. Maybe we would see. He like booked it, and I was like, he just left me, and I was like, okay. And I just come trucking along, and I just see him going like.
You were like, you need to speak up. No one can hear you.
Which just translates into, oh my god, you're Sonic Fox. And they were kind of in a rush, so they were like, yeah. Do you know where the registration is? And Andrew's like, oh, down that stairs. And oh, sorry for interrupting. Okay, very nice to meet you. And I'm just like, and by the time the tail end of the conversation happened, I was like, you're Sonic Fox.
He was like, yeah. Or they were like, sorry. They were like, yeah. They were like, God dang it. I gotta get the registration. And I was just like sitting there like with my hand, like, they touched my hand. I'm gonna be better at all fighting games now. I can't watch this hand.
Ever.
Yeah, and I still haven't, which is why it's discolored. No.
That's terrible in these times.
I know.
Yeah,
That's what started this whole virus.
But yeah, it was fun. Definitely go again every year, forever.
Well, they just
Until
announced
old.
the dates for next year already.
Not that it matters.
No, because 2020 is canceled. This will be 2021, so it'll all be over by then. This would be really funny to come back to, like when we're all dead from the virus. Be like, it'll be over by then.
So we're gonna watch this when we're dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. With that
I want
being
this
said,
episode played at my funeral.
moving on from that joke. Anything happened in February?
Our birthdays.
Yeah, they had birthdays.
Yeah, we're 2 days apart.
Don't sound so excited.
Yeah, wow. These guys.
Whatever.
Every year, it's February is just a month just for you two, and I'm like, I just sit by the sideline and be like, what are they doing this year? Because they dedicate a week to themselves, and I'm like,
No.
I don't.
totally.
Not even.
You're thinking of Lance.
You're thinking of Lance. Our other friend who's also
The
mobile.
Pokemon trainer, Lance.
No, it's only because our birthdays are in the same week.
I know.
2 days apart.
They're 2
That's
days
why.
apart.
That's what I'm saying. You dedicate a week to your.
We don't dedicate a
No.
whole. We don't dedicate 7 days. Actually, we don't even celebrate our birthday. We pick a weekend and go like, "Hey, this is our birthday," which was like February 22nd. No, it's not. But on our actual birthday, I just wake up and go, "I'm old,"
Yeah.
and then nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's because you were out of town.
We didn't really do anything.
Oh, I was.
We're
You were
out
out of town.
That's right.
because we invited you to our birthday party and you couldn't come.
Do you
Oh,
wanna
that's right.
Talk about what you were doing, or was this your thing?
That was the training. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leadership training. Yeah, it's kind of like personal stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was a lot of. Yeah, it's personal stuff.
It was a lot of personal
He's
stuff.
trying to be a leader.
Yeah, it's
in,
leadership training
in
and
sales.
whatnot.
He's trying
No,
to sell
I will be a corporate
masks.
slave.
He's selling coronavirus.
Oh my god. So, skipping over to March.
The only thing that matters in March was Animal Crossing, honestly.
Yeah.
Well,
that's like the biggest update.
Well, let's go to in order.
What's in order?
The order is like March started off fine, everything's great.
Final Fantasy VII demo came out.
Final Fantasy
I know
VII
it's about to come out in
did
like 3
come
days,
out.
but
Mhm.
Yeah, so we should save our opinion on that until we actually get to play it.
No, you just
We
say what you thought of the demo at least.
I'm going to play it a lot.
I'm gonna play the demo.
A lot. Well, I played the demo. I'm going to play the actual game a lot. Because, like...
That makes me so happy because like you were so not interested,
And now I suddenly am.
and now you are.
Well, I mean, that's because I've never had a proper Final Fantasy game. I mean, given I played
15.
through 15, sure, but I feel like, I don't know, 7's more authentic because
It's turn-based. It's a legendary game by now.
Well, with the demo, it's not as turn-based. Isn't there an option where you can, like,
Yeah,
toggle it on?
I
Like,
meant the original.
yeah.
Like 15 is probably not a proper Final Fantasy
Like,
game, even though it's a numbered one.
My first Final Fantasy game was Dirge of Cerberus.
No,
Oof.
no. So it was Final Fantasy VII, just the worst one.
Just, Andrew judges me always so hard. He's like, not only was that not the, like, base original game, you played, like, a spin-off of character you don't even understand.
Yeah.
So-
An optional character from the
He's
original
like, so
game.
did you understand the story? I'm like, not at all.
And she's like, well, Cloud really wasn't in it that much for being the main character.
Well,
Cloud was very different. He had long black hair and he had guns.
That's not what I said
I know.
at all. But I was young when I played it, so, like, when I saw that it said Final Fantasy VII, I was like, oh, okay, this is correct. I was wrong and a fool and dumb.
No.
And I got through 85% of the game and didn't finish. So now I get to play the true Final Fantasy VII game.
Yeah.
Now, my experience with Final Fantasy VII was watching my older sister play, and she would read she would read the dialogue in silly voices. So I know what happens in that game. I never played it myself. I never beat it or completed it. I saw the final boss. That's bullshit, by the way. That final boss is bullshit.
Longest freaking super move ever.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
But-
you'll find out.
Yeah.
Yay.
I also heard that they are changing up the story in this remake.
Really?
Yes. That's what I heard in the reviews.
Okay.
And
I've
they're
been
like,
keeping pretty hands off of it. Like,
okay,
I know that I'm gonna get it. I know
do you
I'm
know
gonna
who
love
the
it.
director is?
Well, yeah.
So that might tell
Nomura.
you a bit about what's going on.
Yeah. I'm sure that he's gonna find a way to overcomplicate it. We'll see. I'm excited. I just love that world. The demo was amazing. Gorgeous, by the way. Even on our not 4K TV. Like, I want to get a new TV just for this game.
Well, we can't because everything's closed.
Yeah, because nobody's got any money. Because freaking... I don't even want to say the word anymore. Like, I don't want to hear corona. I don't want to hear virus. Like,
The Ronas.
the Ro-Ro.
The Ro.
I don't want any of it. Ugh, just...
So that happened close after Final Fantasy, which pretty much shut down everything in existence just in time for that Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yeah, the perfect...
Animal Crossing is the perfect storm. Yeah, you were about to say it. I know.
Yeah, it's the perfect quarantine game.
Perfect quarantine game. Well, like, there's a little bit of drama behind that. Like, not drama per se,
Whoa.
but like to get Animal Crossing, everything is shutting down everywhere. You probably already know that. You're probably watching this being shut down currently, 6 months later. So, like, GameStop's being a horrible corporation and, like, not closing down their stores during all of this mess, and because Animal Crossing sales. So, like, you know, getting in the head of, like, a evil corporate overlord, like, I get it. You want that. Like, if they close on Thursday and Animal Crossing comes out the next day, you're like, let's just push it one more day to get those sales and just fight the rules. And they certainly did. And to the point where, like the governor revoked their license.
Yeah.
Their business license.
Their business license, because they were just like closed, and they're like, no.
They're profits before people.
It's to the point where they released the game, like the workers working in GameStop were like getting all these calls. I'm gonna be able to pick up my Animal Crossing. And no one's staying home. Everyone's filling up the store, even though it should be only less than 10 people. To the point where they're just like, you know what? We're gonna release it early.
Yeah. They were just like...
Nintendo doesn't do that.
We just saw this post on Facebook the night before that was just like, GameStop's selling it early! We gotta go! And we were like, oh! So we went out and got it at like, 7 p.m. on like Thursday night?
Like 6 p.m. on Thursday night.
Something like that, yeah.
And we could play it right away. Meanwhile, the people who like digitally downloaded, pre-ordered it,
Yeah, it was me.
they couldn't get it till midnight,
Yeah.
which is correct.
And sometimes not even that.
However, I did get mine for free.
I don't know how you did, because
Me
you had like
either. I had a game voucher and I didn't even know about it. So I was like, hell yeah.
or should I say?
Yeah. Audio listeners, we're doing Animal Crossing emotes.
Oh my god.
What?
Now I remember.
What?
I remember.
The voucher?
Yeah.
Oh, tell
So
us.
Nintendo had like some sort of deal where you could just buy 2 game vouchers for like $100.
Oh, yeah.
So I just had those.
I remember that.
Okay, now I remember.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Sweet.
It felt good though. It felt good to forget about it and then be like, oh, free Animal Crossing.
Yeah, free game.
Wow, free. Actually, no, I paid for it
Yeah.
in advance.
You got it discounted though.
Yeah. But yay. So Animal Crossing, we got it early. We played it right away.
Play the crap out of it.
We're
Are
still playing
it.
the crap out of it. So
It is almost mid-April. Well, we're a week into April and we're like just still playing it every day.
Yeah.
Like all day sometimes.
yeah, and since it's April, just jumping into that real quick. That's why I'm pink, because like we didn't get to do anything cherry blossom related because we're stuck in the house. So
Yeah.
pink. There's pink stuff. There's that's not pink enough.
This is pink.
This is pink.
Jigglypuff.
Roll out.
What?
So that's why I'm wearing pink.
Yeah, because it's all the cherry blossom stuff going on in Animal Crossing right now. We have like a group of friends that we go to like our local cherry blossom festivals in like DC or Philly or whatever. And obviously everything's shut down. The world is canceled. So we kind of hosted a Sakura Matsuri festival within Animal Crossing. So we just like spent a day and like cleared out the trees and made like a little picnic area and had all these like Japanese things, and we had like Gianna made a runway for like a fashion / cosplay like contest, and we did a gachapon thing where
Yeah, that was really cool. Let me
Yeah.
explain how that worked just real quick. So like if you came to our town, which Jesse did, at Animal Crossing, everyone was all dressed up in their kimonos and their cute little things and their little like umbrellas. It was adorable. I had an outfit that was like a server's outfit, and I got behind like a stall, and then I had this like Wheel of Fortune wheel.
Yeah.
So if like I spun it, it would go on a random thing. It didn't necessarily matter what it landed on, but it helped with the ambience. So we had a bunch of just random items around the island, like something as useless as sticks to something as great as 99,000 bells, and some other cool DIY stuff. Like we put them all in wrapped paper. And so we didn't know what they were. So what we did was that the villagers, they would get in front of the stand. They would deposit 100 coins, just something real cheap.
Not the villagers, but
Not the villagers, our
friends.
friends. Sorry, they would deposit 100 coins. I'd be like, whoop, thank you. And then I'd give them a random present. And that was like our gashpon. Like, you don't know.
Because they were all wrapped, so we had no idea what they were.
We don't know what they are. You don't know what they are. You could get something cool. You could just get a clump of weed.
You get a hot dog mask. I gave somebody the hot dog mask, and they like texted me like on the side because they were afraid to wear it in front of everybody with just a picture of it. Like, listen, it's a picture of just a little weenie.
It was a good time.
So
and then
funny.
the fashion show, which was my favorite.
Of course.
There was a fashion show / cosplay show. So you could come in just like in your best Animal Crossing fashion, or you could make your cosplay through the like customization clothing options, or buy your costume by downloading it via QR code or online, and then you'd walk down the runway, do a little e-boat, walk back down, and then work the runway, and then behind the screen, me and Andrew were secretly judging the costumes, quality, and audience reaction. Like the more people clapped, the higher their score was, and then they got like 50,000 bells. It's like a prize. It was so cool.
It was a lot of fun.
It was the most fun I've had all month.
Yeah.
Year.
It's really taking the
All
social
year.
distancing to. Yeah.
So that was a very successful social distancing. So I can't wait to see what like other people like the creativity they come out with in Animal Crossing. There's so many options.
We've
People
already
already
seen-
have like metropolis cities built.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how?
Time travel.
I'm like gathering just kind of like scrapbook kind of just posts that I'm seeing on Reddit, just like of people's really insane ideas of what you can do in Animal Crossing with like all the terraforming stuff.
Yeah,
like
it's nuts.
One that's sticking out in my brain right now is that somebody made like this kind of like clock kind of thing with using like seats, stone seats, and then they for each month they're going to put like a memoriam like on each little brick for each month.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's really neat. So like this month would be like a cherry blossom bonsai, and the last month would be like a butterfly statue or something.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really
like
cute.
all the seasonal items that you can craft.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's really cute. I'll show it to you.
Huh.
I want to see that. That sounds
Yeah,
really
I like
cool.
that. I mean,
There's- Yeah, there's straight up cities and everything. It's like it's pretty insane.
people have remade like the original Zelda map because it's a square.
Yeah.
Like the whole island was just straight up the Zelda. Or like I saw somebody made their town like Pallet Town, like just a
Yeah.
1-to-1 recreation because you can have roads and like power lines and stuff now. It's like the stuff you can make is insane.
Yeah, well, we haven't unlocked terraforming yet, so I'm not sure what like road options you have, but some people use like the pro design to like create like roads, like streets with like
decals.
like with like the gray like concrete, not the concrete, but asphalt, and then like the yellow lines in the middle for like cars, and it's like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
How'd you do this when we've been playing exactly the same amount of time?
Yeah.
I will say that tarantula farming does help quite a bit.
Tarantula Island.
I don't judge anyone for time traveling. I totally get it. Don't worry.
I do just a tiny bit, not like fully, just a little bit.
No, I get
just
it.
a little bit. I get it too, because like you get the able system, and you're like, I want clothes now.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
I want the museum to open now.
I
love seeing all the people like making just brick walls out of like tarantulas, like waiting for the blathers to open. My whole house was filled with tarantulas, like before, like waiting for that. Like I had a wallpaper of spiders.
But
And now they're full of turnips.
Yeah.
but real quick, like just the features that they added to this new Animal Crossing. The new museum is freaking amazing.
Beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's my
Beautiful.
favorite part of this game. It's always been my favorite part, and they just like upped it to the next level.
I still haven't gone through my entire museum because I'm waiting for like us to put more stuff in it so we can get so it feels full. It doesn't make sense to go through a museum and it's like one butterfly.
I love going
Like-
through it when it's like mostly empty and then
Yeah,
seeing
you
it
see it
build.
No, I want to
grow
see.
over
I want
time.
to see all of it just
Yeah,
right now.
I get that. But
It's at a pretty good spot right now.
yeah.
You see like, half dinosaurs and stuff and like a bunch of fish. And actually one of our friends came over and like in one of the tanks there was just a huge like ocean tank. And all that was in there was a horse mackerel. And our friend Eric was like, quarantine vibes.
Yeah.
Fashion.
Oh!
The fashion is just
The clothes.
Why do you think I had a fashion show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. And the wand?
I didn't understand like how much better it was until I got the Able Sisters, because like there's
Yeah.
variety on variety on variety, and now the pro designs are like next level.
Oh, and now you can download people's design. So like, if you
Yeah.
don't like the
Yes.
clothes in the Able Sisters, like
Which
you
why
know,
would
Which
you?
are great.
which are great. Given you can't like do pants, you can't edit
Yeah.
pants. You can only do like dresses, shirts, and hats,
Mhm.
which is fine because like I care the most about dresses and shirts and
Right.
hats. And like people have been like remaking like in the Lolita community, they'll take a Lolita like brand design they like and just spend like hours on like the pro design, remaking the real dress that exists in real life in Animal
I
Crossing.
can't wait to spend hours on this.
I've so far made I've made Disney outfits because I'm a Disney nerd,
Yeah.
of course. So I've of course made, who can guess my first one?
I can't.
Aladdin!
No, you're supposed to actually care about me and actually
Tiana.
love me. Thank you. Thank
Obviously,
you.
Tiana.
Thank you. I was waiting for you guys to both have a twin moment, but never mind.
Why would we do that if you're going to say guess and we already know?
I didn't think you knew.
You didn't think
Dumb.
that your husband and
I know you
best
know. I
man,
meant Jesse.
the best man at your wedding?
Regardless. Yes, I made a Tiana design first, and then some other just whatever things, and then last night I actually did Elsa's Frozen 2 outfit, which is a little hard. 'cause
While
she-
watching the movie.
while watching the movie, which is a little hard because she's a cape, and there's no capes as far as I know in Animal Crossing yet. So I instead like made it a kimono
Yeah.
and made like the silhouette of her dress. Like I made it like sleek and pretty and sparkly and all that stuff.
Yeah. It looked really good.
Yeah,
I made the entire Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
you did. You did.
Which is basically just, you make it once and then change the color for the main ones, but I did like green and white. And
That has a little more details.
yeah, it
that
has
counts.
a little bit of like sort of 3D-ish. Trying to figure out how to get like a pointy shoulder pad on a flat.
surface.
Yeah, it was fun though. They were
Maybe,
nice.
illusion.
we can put a picture in here or something.
Yeah. I probably won't.
I've still yet to make anything for myself. I don't even know what to make.
Whatever you want, man.
It's
Make
overwhelming,
the,
man.
Whatever.
Yo, make the Ape Escape.
Oh,
And
just
then
the
take a
simple
picture.
red shirt. Yeah, I can
Take
do
a picture
that.
with the net.
Oh my god, that's super simple. Like there's the hairs even in the game.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, yeah.
I
There
thought
you
for some
go.
reason he had like something like a cross or like a belt or something.
It's
You-
just a simple red shirt.
No.
You also did Beat from Jet Set Radio. His
I
shirt.
did,
His-
yeah.
His lime green shirt.
Yeah, I just found the glasses for it in the shop today, so I just need the headphones and I can cosplay Beat
And Animal Crossing.
in Animal Crossing.
Yeah. So that's
Um,
probably going to take up the rest of my life until this is over.
I mean, I was thinking like I haven't gotten this into Animal Crossing since probably the original came out on GameCube. So I was
Yeah.
like thinking of how many hours I put into that, and it was like countless. Like, I mean, you basically got to go the whole year round in order to catch all the seasonal bugs and fish and stuff. But now it's just, there's even more to do. I feel like I'm going to be playing this game for years, which is why I don't necessarily like feel bad when I sell a billion turnips for like a million bells, and it's like, oh, is this too much money? I'm going to pay off my stuff too soon. But then Nook keeps coming around with his like, oh, this will just be 500,000 bells. And it's like,
Now I have a question for you. Is the game only as good as we think it is because we have nothing else to do?
No.
no.
Like,
Moving on.
okay, wow. I mean,
No.
valid answer. I asked a question.
No, that's a good question.
Because, like, I mean, given you actually go to work.
Yeah.
Because you can. But
I can work too. I just work from home.
like, I have nothing to do. So I'm picking up Animal Crossing. I'm playing it for hours on end.
Yeah.
And my town is progressing, and I'm seeing it progress, and I'm like, I'm taking pictures daily, so like I'm seeing the progression, like I'm having fun or whatever. Am I only obsessed because I actually can't leave this house?
No, I've noticed something about this one. And I've noticed how easy it is to do many things in a day.
Yeah.
Because I remember in New Leaf, it was like, oh, I'll play for an hour. And like by that hour, I was like, oh, I've done everything I could do this day.
Yeah.
So might as well stop playing. And this one, it just seems to like keep going. Like there's always something to do.
Yeah.
And
sometimes it's a little overwhelming with like the amount of stuff. It's just like, I gotta do this. Oh, I have to remember that. Oh, I was gonna go take this. And
yeah, my town plan is nothing right now.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, but that's cool though, because you're just seeing it slowly evolve.
Yeah.
Just organically.
But I'm just playing it in like bite-sized chunks.
Yeah.
I'll get maybe like half an hour in a day, and that's like, I'm super satisfied with me playing that much every day because it's super chill, and I'm like, this is nice.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to burn yourself out.
And then question 2, since you do have less time because you go to work to play it and we have more time, like, do you feel that you're not getting the stuff soon enough? Because like I've been talking to a friend who like works night shift, and like she has like a long schedule, so she only like plays it every couple days or whatever, and like I'm over here like building my metropolis, and she's like, I still have a tent. And I'm like, oh, I mean, like there's no rush, like play at your own pace, but I'm not trying to name people.
Well, we've already been doing first names are fine. We're not saying like, oh, here's so and so at their address.
So like, does that frustrate you when you're like, okay?
You know what? I was thinking a lot about that, and I think that depends on the generosity of your friends.
What you're saying is you just want my stuff.
No, it bothers me a little bit, for sure. Like, I feel like everyone is, like, really getting their stuff built out as they want it way sooner than I have. But,
Like, do you feel bad that you don't get the opportunity to do turnips, pretty much?
I feel bad that I don't get to host cool things like you do. Because you have time to, like, set all that up. And I'm like, well, I'll plant a few flowers today.
I'll come over.
I feel that weird like sense of like losing, like people outpacing you, like in everything though. Like we might have touched on this before, like on here, but like with this generation of like how we're all so obsessed with the internet, like it's so hard to like be into something like a hobby or something that like you excel at or think that like you excel at, and then you get on the internet and you see a million people doing everything so much better than you, and it's just kind of like this crushing like,
what's the point?
Okay, what's the point? Because back in the old ones it was like there was no online play, so it's not like, oh, let me come see your town. It was just like, actually you could travel in the old ones, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could travel memory card to memory card.
Yeah. But that's so much more limited. That's just like I'm going to my friend's house to see what his town looks like.
It was also way less customization.
Oh, yeah.
You only had the house, and that was it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how I get to change and be brown whenever I want.
Yeah.
That is so important to me.
Yeah.
Because I remember in New Leaf, like, you could only be white.
White.
Or, like, dark white.
If you stayed out in the sun.
If you stayed out in the sun, I think was it for 6 hours or 8 hours?
1 hour
was it
per
an hour?
tone.
1 hour per tone.
Yeah,
so
you
for
would go darker per hour.
Now the sad thing is, I've tried that. I literally left my DS on. I left it plugged in so it didn't go into sleep mode, and I just left my villager out in the sun for hours. I came back.
He had skin cancer.
Nothing happened. Nothing changed.
Yeah, I think it has to be like a clear day or something. It's really freaking
It's so
stupid.
specific.
Yeah.
Just why does it matter what answer I pick determines my face? Why can't I just pick my face?
Yeah,
Well, that's
and
why
then they finally
now
did it.
Yeah,
So,
now
like-
you can just pick whatever you want, change it. Literally, you can change your eyes and your nose and your mouth and your
Whatever
hair
you
and your
want.
skin tone
I
by
got
looking
the,
in a mirror.
I got the robe that looks like Mulan the other day.
Yeah.
And like I was like, I'm just gonna change myself to white real quick just to see what this looks like.
Yeah.
And I was like, this looks good. I'm gonna go back to being brown.
Yeah, and I love it. Like, sometimes I'm like, I want to play as a girl now, so I do.
Not
And
that
it's
it
like,
matters
it
because
doesn't.
you can pick
Yeah.
the frillier eyelashes or you could wear frilly clothes regardless.
Yeah, by default, like, my self-insert character has the longer eyelashes.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want that.
So like, and another thing is when the villagers refer to you, they don't say he or she. They just say They or your
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
So I don't.
I don't
think
even know if that actually affects anything.
Yeah. I don't
Gender
think
doesn't
gender is-
affect anything
Isn't really in this one.
so far.
That we've noticed.
We've only
yeah.
played 60 hours of it, so like
We probably have. I have to turn on the Switch and actually check
it
because
said
it'll tell you.
it said over 60.
Really?
I checked today.
Ooh, okay.
But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just everything I've done in that game so far has been great.
Yeah.
Except for the turnips. I don't like how the turnips are handled. I can't
You can't
store
store them.
away.
For some reason.
That's the one biggest nitpick I have with this game. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nitpicks aside, I think that's good. Like,
Yeah.
if that's the
Yeah.
that's your only gripe.
Yeah, pretty
then
much.
It's a good game.
It's the best this series has been since the GameCube one, I think. Because,
Yeah.
Second.
like I was saying,
I like the second one better than the original.
Wild World?
Mm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I, got into the, Animal Crossing and Wind Waker were the two games that, made me need to have a GameCube when that came out.
Yeah.
And Animal Crossing more so, to be honest, because I was just, I would play it at a friend's house and get so addicted, just catching bugs and, fishing and just doing all this random stuff and just running around and doing errands for people. And it was so simple. And, now there's so much more to do. And it feels different for me anyway, for the first time in probably since the GameCube, I feel like it's not just the same game with a couple more things. New Leaf I think was the first one that really felt different because it was oh, you're the mayor, you have all these responsibilities, but all the ones in between are just you can do a couple more things here and there. But now with the crafting and all the customizations and the fashion and just everything is just it's so good. It's a proper sequel.
It's
10 out of
everything I
10.
hoped for. Yeah.
Maybe not 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't know. I
high
haven't
score.
played it long enough to give it a number score, but
Yeah.
I'm very happy with it.
Yeah.
You're Harry happy?
I'm very.
Harry happy?
It was a VEEHERRY.
Okay.
Very happy.
Excellent.
More subtitles.
Yeah.
So what else is out new, fresh, and happening?
Well, we'll see if. I was gonna say we'll see if Final Fantasy comes out on time, but we can talk about the Cooking Mama debacle.
Oh my god.
Speaking of cute games.
So, of the many games which we were excited for in March, not that we got Doom or anything, but Doom, Animal Crossing,
I would have
Cooking
gotten
Mama.
Doom if I hadn't had my hours cut at work, and if I had played the last one, which I want to go back and play, 2016 Doom, because both of these seem amazing.
So, Cooking Mama was one of the big games that was supposed to come out in March. And we've touched base on this a little bit, but Cooking Mama is one of my favorite series out there. It's just so simple. It's my guilty pleasure. I love it so much. I own every single Cooking Mama except Camping Mama.
Because you
Which
don't like going
I-
outside.
Well, fair. I actually didn't know that game existed. So I was like, oh, because you bought me Gardening Mama this year for Christmas
I felt so
because you
bad.
thought I didn't have it. And then
I didn't see it up
I
on the
open up my
shelf.
present. I'm like, and he's like, oh no, is there something wrong? And I just go to the shelf and I'm just like, damn it, because I
To
own
be
all
fair,
of them.
it was just loose inside another case. So I didn't see the case up there. So I was like, oh, she doesn't have it. Oh, she's going to be so happy. She opened it and was just like, did you just buy me a case? I was like, no, what are you talking about? So
Cooking Mama for the Switch was supposed to come out. I was like, okay, where can I find this? Because I want it now. So I was like, Targets are still
yeah, because
open.
everything's closed.
Everything's
so.
closed. I can go to Target. Target's open. That's Essential Store. So I go to Target. Nothing. I call GameStop to see if there's a curbside pickup or they can
Which
deliver it.
They're still not closing.
They're
GameStop
still
is still
not
open.
closed, by the way.
Oh, I hate that company. And I've worked for them, so I know how little they value their people.
It's not in GameStop. GameStop employees it hasn't shipped in. It's probably because of everything going on. It's nowhere. It's been pulled off the eShop. It just doesn't exist. You could still order it on Amazon, but I don't think
I don't think you can.
Oh snap! They took that down.
No, I looked when we couldn't find it, and it was just nothing.
Oh.
There was 3 people that were selling it for $80 for a physical copy, but Amazon physically the distribution center just was not.
Dude, you should have bought that. That's probably going to go for a lot
Yeah,
later
maybe.
on.
Probably. Well, the thing is, a lot of people did pre-order it, so I don't know what happened to the pre-orders. I don't know if they just didn't fulfill it or returned like their money. I did not pre-order it because I was just expecting no one to buy the game, and I didn't expect a virus to happen. I was gonna just waltz into GameStop one day, like, end of March, and just buy my game, and then
Also,
all that got ruined.
It's not like a huge release like Animal Crossing.
No,
so
it's not. So I wasn't worried about it. So when I was like, "Where the heck is my Cooking Mama?" I need it.
You're like, it comes out today. We gotta go get it.
And then there's like a just huge drama around it, like cryptocurrency. They're ripping the music straight off of YouTube. Just a whole bunch of just mess.
Slowing down your Switch.
Yeah, it drains your
battery.
Drains your battery life. Like all this in just this small little innocent game about cooking. What the heck? Why?
A small, gross tasting waxy cartridge.
Why do you know what it tastes like?
We've tasted all of our
You've
Switch
christened
games.
all of them.
They don't need to know that. I was
Yes,
just
They know that now.
We are getting... That's the most personal that you're willing to cut out, huh?
I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm editing it, so it's going in. Every time we get a Switch game, we just like do it, just put it on our tongue. Like
we cannot say that during this state of the world right now.
I feel like you need context for that because they don't know why you lick them.
Yeah.
We just
It's
like
for good luck.
We just like to lick our cartridges. It's like
Because
Old games you had to like, you had to blow into them. Now you have to lick them before you stick them. No. There's actually some kind of very bitter tasting, gross coating on the Nintendo Switch cartridges so that kids don't put them in their mouths.
or like dogs or anything. 'cause
or
it's
adults.
or adults, which they failed at doing clearly.
I know, because it was like, oh, the Switch cartridge tastes terrible. It's like, oh no, that's so weird. Like go putting it on my tongue like a LSD tab or something.
So now the viewers know to never borrow Switch games from us because our saliva's on
Good,
it.
I don't want them taking my games. Stop texting me about borrowing my games, everyone.
Now we probably should stop doing that, given that like we can't cough or anything or be within 6 feet of each other.
Oh no.
oh shit.
Oh crap!
Goodbye.
Bye.
Podcast over.
Yeah.
See you later.
We've got to social distance our way out of here.
Yeah, we're kind of sucking at that.
I mean,
we've been in our house.
whatever.
I mean, he's probably the most likely. If we die, it's your fault.
fair.
I mean, I always figured that was the case. But okay.
How do you feel having that weight on your shoulders? That shows how much Jesse
Cool.
loves us. Nice. But yeah, there's no Cooking Mama, and there's no word if it's ever gonna get re-released or fixed or
I hope it makes
I don't know.
Nintendo like come back to that series and like properly make it, because apparently this
Wasn't it just a random developer?
it was some developer that made like Bash Pro Fishing or some random game, and it wasn't the typical developer that makes it. So Nintendo was probably just like, people don't care about this game anyway. So
I care about it quite a bit.
I know, but there are some like
Quite a bit.
hardcore fans that are like still into it, and they were the ones who were like, hey, where's
I need to be better than Mama.
yeah, better than Mama.
There is a YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, I wish I can remember it right now. But they copy some of the Cooking Mama like techniques.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean like they have to obviously like kind of slightly adjust it for real life, but like they'll need it just they don't have like a video of like what it looks like in game, and they're doing it at the same exact time to see if the food comes out
That's
just
cool.
as good or as well done or cooked or edible.
You could probably do something like that.
Yes.
Podcast over again.
I could do something like that. I have a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah.
But blah.
Speaking of, do you want to get into things we've been watching?
Sure.
We've been watching a lot of things too.
How about we just name something each going down the line, and then we can talk about them.
Tiger King.
Beastars.
I just finished season 2 Castlevania.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Tiger King.
Yeah,
How's that, buddy?
this train wreck of a show. Well, you sort of experienced it.
I'm like halfway through.
I
Okay.
refused.
Yeah,
Like it started off about tigers, and I was like, "Aw," and then it stopped being about tigers.
and
I was
then
like,
all of a sudden it's drug rings and sex cults and people getting their limbs torn off and stuff.
and then going to work immediately.
Yeah, that was weird. Oh man, just everybody's the worst. Like there's no redeemable characters.
No,
Like
not at all.
Darn you, Carol Baskin.
which is probably
Darn,
Baskin.
darn you.
Yeah.
Um,
Darn you, Kakarot.
Like, the most likable character is, like, a fucking...
The tiger?
No. Well, yes. But also, he's... The most likable character that I've run into so far is the freaking drug lord Mario.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we killed a drug agent, and I had him chopped up on my farm. But I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But he was on my farm, so I went to jail for it.
What?
It's a me,
Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah, that guy.
What?
Yeah.
Martinet.
I refuse. I mean, I didn't watch it, so just listening to you say all that is like, excuse me?
Yeah, it just keeps getting...
But he's, like, very, like, chill about it. It's
What are they gonna
freaking
do?
weird.
He's like 60 now, and he's like, I did my time, whatever, you know.
For chopping
Talking
someone
about
up?
it so casually.
He was like a drug lord
Yeah.
/ exotic animal, because a lot of that goes hand in hand, because they're like shady means of how they like breed the tigers and how they like trade them and stuff, because it's like in a lot of places it's illegal to trade these endangered species. So
Cool.
but yeah, it's a total train wreck, and if you like feeling better about yourself and your life, I would highly recommend it. I watched it in like 2 sittings while I was playing Animal Crossing. I gotta have balance, because it's like watch all the chaos, like destroy everything that all these people love, and then just sitting here on my Animal Crossing like la 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 la. Oh, I'm a tiger in my town. Yeah. I don't. I want one.
Netflix is pushing some weird stuff now.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Street Fighter, let's talk about Beastars.
That has nothing to do with it, but great transition.
Let's talk about what weird stuff Netflix is pushing now.
Yeah, I don't know why I watched all of that like in a day, but I watched
either.
all of it in a day.
I also did. I don't know why.
I really don't know why, because like it wasn't fantastic. It was good. It was enjoyable, but it wasn't enough for me to actually sit there and watch it in a day. And I did.
Yeah.
And Andrew watched every single episode except the last one because he fell asleep.
I fell asleep and I woke up to the end credits and I was like, oh, what happened? Go back. She was like, you were asleep for the whole episode.
No, but the way you said go back was like something as if like you missed like a minute or two, or like you missed a scene, or you missed like a voice
So I
line.
have no idea what
So,
happens
like-
at the end, and I don't feel like going back and watching it because I didn't like it enough.
So you woke up and you're like, go back. And like I kind of just look at him like, how? Where? You didn't watch the whole thing?
It was like 2 a.m. by then because we had just watched the entire show.
Because I was just like, I may as well just finish it. I
know.
Oh, I finished it.
Yeah.
I'll go back because like it's gnawing at me that like my self-diagnosed mild OCD is just like, you didn't finish it.
But
for those who don't know what we're talking about, Beastars is a anime, I would say.
3D animated.
3D animated show about animals, like humanoid animals that like live like in a humanistic society. So like they're not walking on all fours, they're walking on 2 legs, and they're eating lunch and going to school and having human problems.
It's like Zootopia.
It's like Zootopia.
It's a curvier, more violent Japanese Zootopia.
Yes, but it builds on top of that, which is where me and Jesse disagree.
I was gonna say, unless you ask Jesse.
No,
what she thinks.
well, not super disagree. You had a good point, and I do agree with it.
Oh, great, because the other day when I said, oh, it's Zootopia, you're like, no!
I was like,
they're nothing alike.
no, what I was saying is like, I thought
He's
you
about
were...
to fight me.
No, I was like, the world building, yes, totally like Zootopia. But I thought you were just like, oh yeah, the plot and everything. But
Oh, no! Not at all!
Loosely, certain things.
I mean, there's
It's
a
like the
rabbit.
predator-prey thing.
Predator-prey, and there's the girlfriend is a rabbit.
yeah,
That's the only...
It's a canine and a rabbit are the main characters.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so like where Zootopia was, childish and innocent version of Predator and Prey, and animals living in a humanistic society, like going to work, little hamsters going to work, and
The little doors.
I know.
so cute.
Beastars focus more on like the school aspect of that, like teenagerhood. So like it is more sexual.
It's more intense than just high school.
Yeah.
Well,
There's murder.
That's
I was
what,
gonna say, but like
that's what comes with like having like predators and prey, and then
Yeah.
being in the same class, and like what is like a wolf gonna do next to a small rabbit? Is he gonna tear her limbs off and eat her? Like, what do they eat? What do they like eat for lunch?
soy.
Soy
Apparent
and
eggs.
eggs.
Yeah.
One of my favorite One of my favorite parts of that show is just
The chicken?
The chicken?
weird, the weird like
Nothing happened after that.
it's the weird side story where the hen lays these perfect eggs and she takes pride in them because they use them in like egg salad sandwiches and everyone likes them. And then she's like,
everyone likes my eggs.
yeah, and then like one day she hears that her eggs aren't as good and it just destroys her. And
Only
like
come to
such a-
find out, spoiler alert, they changed the day where her eggs get
Yeah.
like cooked.
served, yeah.
Weird. I was expecting her to be like distraught and like she kills herself or something over the eggs.
I wouldn't
because
think
it's like,
that.
Nah.
I mean, the way they like
Because it was very, I get what you're saying. The tone was so serious and
because
just like
people are dying and they're just like, oh no, that person died. Anyway, the play today is
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like, they
that
would
part-
shut the school down. They would.
that part was a little. Now, given the explanation for that, does seem that the principal is a shady guy. So not getting to spoilers if anyone ever wants to watch it, but like that's probably what the problem is if I had to guess.
I just
A small comparison: the lion was the mayor, and so he was in Zootopia. So it was
Oh,
another
yeah.
comparison.
yeah, that's right.
Oh, the black market.
The black market is a really neat part.
We can't
I
get
really
into
Yeah, I don't want to
spoilers?
get into spoilers.
Well,
'cause
yeah,
it's still
just
very fresh.
saying,
But
saying the black market. If you know, you know.
The-
I think it's a neat
no, you know.
concept of like how that works in that world.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh man.
I appreciate that the CG didn't suck for me, and now I am very hard to please when it comes to 2D plus
Same.
CG.
You both are.
Yeah,
I-
I am too.
There are some
Yeah.
animes that I just will flat out refuse to watch because the CG does not flow naturally
Right.
into the 2D, and I'm just like, nope.
I will never watch Ruby because I just feel like it's so cold and soulless, and I'm really sorry to say that. I know it has a fan base.
And it's good. It is.
Monty.
I recommend. I recommend Ruby. Sure, if that's your thing. Like, I know it's a good show. I know it has good plot. But I can't get over what it looks like.
Like it needs to be like
Something else.
it needs to be on at least Dragon Prince level. Like that's like the baseline of like how it needs to get to and then
I mean,
go
they're-
above.
So, like,
They're
if
almost
they-
like 10 years apart.
if
Though,
they-
so it's like
If it came
come
out
so far.
now, would you watch it?
What's that?
Like, if Ruby came out now?
If it was
The-
different
like-
looking,
if it
yes.
came out
if
now
it
looking like Dragon
That's
Prince.
what I mean. Like, if it came
Yes,
out
if
now,
it came out
'cause
looking at like Dragon Prince, I would watch that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, see, we're picky. Sorry.
Ruby bothers me because every clip that I see, like the camera angles are very plain and like straightforward. Like you can do so many different things with 3D.
Yeah.
And like they're walking down the street of a city, and it's like there's like five
Empty.
people in the background. And
It's
it's
the
like
same like recycled
Yeah.
character. Just,
I get
it's
it.
like I don't feel any of this.
yeah, it's hard. It's a weird like uncanny valley thing. And
But-
it definitely was for the time too.
Yeah,
It was the first one to
exactly.
really like push that.
But are we talking about Ruby or are we talking about Beastars?
No, I was going to go
Ruby.
back to Beastars. Beastars has like a freaking fantastic opening scene where they just
the stop motion.
no, that's the opening.
That's what I
I'm
thought you were
talking
talking about.
I'm talking about the first scene of the show, the
Oh, okay.
murder. Like that's not a spoiler; it's the first scene.
No, I know.
the first 30 seconds of the show.
But they like do all sorts of really neat tricks, like where it goes dark and then it's like everything has like a white outline around it.
Yeah.
And it's like there's things you can do with 3D that you can't do so easily with 2D or like even film. Do neat things with it, and I will freaking enjoy the heck out of that show.
Yeah, I get it that it like cuts costs down so much because you just have to make the model once and then animate it from there. But
Yeah.
I still don't think even in Dragon Prince and in Beastars, like I think it still is a little too stiff. Like I think we'll get there and we are getting there, but like seeing the jump like from say Ruby to now where you have Dragon Prince and Beastars, like I can't wait for the next like 5 years of like this
Yeah.
technology to like.
There are some points where I forget that it's 3D.
Yeah.
And it just looks like a 2D animated show. And like you're
Good.
getting there.
Yeah.
It's there.
Especially
Video
with
games
that-
look like that now. You can get
Yeah.
there with a show.
Yeah, like the cell shading of like Dragon Ball Fighters and stuff.
Or
like,
Guilty Gear.
Or yeah, Guilty
new
Gear.
Guilty Gear.
Anything Arc says, pretty much. Guilty Gear. Now that Animal Crossing is out and Final Fantasy is about to be out, I can refocus on my next most anticipated game, which is the new Guilty Gear. So, but yeah, like just the way that the like when it's cell shaded just right and like the kind of the models like move, like the colors kind of like I don't know. It's hard to explain.
They do
but-
like squash and stretch, and they like do blur and it's just so many like 2D animation tactics that they're utilizing.
We need to watch Dragon Prince because we have a lot of our friends who are super into that show.
I know.
And we've only watched the first season.
I watched all 3.
Wow.
We'll get there. We have a lot of time on our hands.
Yeah. I guess keeping with animation, we watched Onward.
No, why are we skipping Jesse's turn?
I'm sorry.
Rude. We did your thing, my thing, Jesse's thing.
Genitals.
They don't know that joke. No.
They will once our Pokemon Tabletop comes out.
No, we're talking
I
about
don't know if I'll ever
Castlevania.
release
How
that.
do you feel about Castlevania, Jesse?
Let's talk about Castlevania.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can't contribute because we haven't seen it.
Yeah, I know.
Convince us, pitch us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I will pitch you like I pitched my housemate.
Okay.
Now Castlevania is a freaking
Vampires.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
you're hunting Dracula as a vampire hunter, usually passed down through like a bloodline. You're a Belmont. Now the show.
I was just giving you some background music.
The show is about Trevor Belmont, and he's okay. He's kind of a fucking dirtbag, very anti-hero, and then he progresses through the story. But what I really, actually, really, really enjoy about this show is the villain that is Dracula, and like how he has like this war council that all has their own ideas and own morals and own like ways they want to run the war. So there's just like a bunch of politics and like backstabbing and like trying to convince each other of who's right and what they want to do. Dracula's just being a sad boy, just kind of like sitting there while everyone tries to like stab him in the back in a different way, pretty much.
It's kind of like, did you ever watch Underworld?
No.
The first one anyway. I've only seen the first couple of those because they got absurd and dumb like Resident Evil, but it was like kind of the same thing. Like there's this elder council of, you know, vampires and a lot of like politics and stuff. So,
but it's like the morality of how to be evil. How evil do you want to be? What kind of evil do you want to be?
what flavor of evil? Will
Yeah,
it be
do you
today?
want full genocide or do you want sustainable war?
Huh. Wow.
Yeah. And
So are the villains essentially like the protagonists?
no.
Okay.
But I will say that they are the most interesting part of the show.
Okay.
Well, that's usually how I like my shows. If you have a bad villain, what's the point of watching?
Right.
Yeah.
But they all make like really good points, and the script is really well written. I love the dialogue in the show. The animation leaves a lot to be desired, except for when it's a fight scene.
Yeah.
And all the fight scenes are the most badass thing I've ever seen.
Nice.
Every single time, and there's only a handful of them.
No.
Otherwise, it's really gory. I don't like all the gore, but I guess just kind of how the show is.
Yeah.
It's very
vampires.
Yeah, it's very dark. I don't know, man. Watch it. I give like my full recommendation to watch at least up until season 2.
Wow. Yeah, I know the first season is pretty short.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
6 episodes.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Are they 20 minutes or like 45? Like an hour?
Yeah, it's 22 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh, that's not terrible at all. Huh.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the first season is like literally just introducing the protagonists. And then the second season it gets into Dracula.
Oh, nice.
So what you're telling me is I need to fly through the first one.
Which
So
you will, no problem.
just get to get to the second season because that's
Yeah.
where I would be more interested in.
Yeah. It's hard for me to get into anything like vampire or like I'm so over zombies. Like so it's a little hard.
You say as we watch one of the best zombie films we just watched.
That's where I was going. Was like
Oh my gosh.
not to like
Buckle up.
stop the Castlevania train, but
No, it's related.
Castle Trainia.
It's bloody.
It's related because it's bloody. Well, we just watched Train to Busan.
Oh my god.
And that was really good,
Oh,
despite
boy.
it being zombies. Like it wasn't. But I didn't want to cut you off. I was just saying, like,
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm done.
oh,
That's my pitch.
all right, I'm in. Yeah, I'll watch the first I'm not gonna do anything better. We can talk about Train to Busan.
I don't want to get into too much.
Yeah, it's not that relevant. It's
Just
fairly
because
old now.
tagging into like the vampires thing, vampires, zombies, oh my. Yeah, we just watched that last night and I cried a lot.
Yeah, it had no business being that feelsy. Like,
What's the premise? What's going on?
It's a zombie movie, so like what you expect out of a zombie movie, survivors, but it's like it's fresh. It's like the zombie apocalypse if it was to happen like literally
it's like
right
day
now.
zero of a zombie.
Day zero. So you're watching them go through their life. There's a main set of characters, blah blah blah, and then next thing you know, like everyone's starting to turn into zombies. Oh no! What would you do if right now people are like at a window? Like
I actually talk about this with my housemate all the time.
Really? I
Yeah.
bet.
exactly. So that's the movie. Like
Out in the middle
it's
of nowhere,
very
like-
fresh. Actually, the whole movie happens within the day. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
It's on a train. Like it's
It's
called
on a
Train to
train.
Busan, so it's kind of like
They
you're in this confined space. Like,
Which I
How's
think they
that?
did fantastic, because usually zombie
Yeah.
movies are like kind of very like open world, where like the world, you could go anywhere you want. Do you want to go to Georgia because it's safer? Do you want to go north because like the winter's coming? Like
Small scope.
yeah, it's just on a train.
yeah,
And that's it.
Interesting.
yeah, it's good though. I mean,
It's amazing, and like I enjoy that what they did well is that they made zombies feel hoardy, if that makes sense. Like hoard, like
They work
They-
in a group.
sort of.
like the way Walking Dead, they just have lots of people dressed up as zombies going and walking around, and they kind of like just walk around slow and just
Are these like 28 days later
kind
zombies?
of they're like they're booking it. They're very crunchy.
just kind of like bones
And
snapping
I never,
in
and
weird
this
ways.
is like
and
this
stuff.
probably sounds weird, but I haven't seen it like a whole lot of Asian actors like in a bloody
Yeah. Oh, it's a
atmosphere.
Korean movie.
It's a Korean movie. It's completely in Korean. If we didn't mention that, because we totally didn't.
I feel like the name says that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a bunch of like Korean people, like as zombies, like crunching, and and they're not like being slow about it. Our zombies in America, I feel, are just very like bite, and then like we focus a lot on like the tendons and like the gore and like
Yeah.
pulling eyeballs apart because we're just gross like that. They are very much about the like, we're gonna get you. It's like,
Yeah.
are they gonna,
We're gonna get ya.
It's like, are they gonna get them?
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, I was screaming at my TV the whole time, like,
I know. She was talking so much, and she talks when she's nervous. And she's like, "Oh no, this guy's coming in. Oh, what's gonna happen to me? Oh, she's gonna go in the door. Oh, just don't look in there." She's like, "Come on." It's just like, okay.
it was very, I feel like I was there, man. It was just so, and like, cause that was another thing. They had CG in that too, just to like make the pile of zombies feel heavy. Like, say a zombie fell out of a 3-story building or 2-story building, but it was like a bunch of them. They use CG to fill in the gaps where humanoid, human, stunt doubles couldn't fill. So like they fill that space with just like CG, zombies piled on. And it just made it feel like, wow, everything's going to crap. That's a lot of zombies.
Yeah, it's not quite like World War Z level where they're like huge piles of them like pulling down helicopters and stuff. But there are like a couple shots where they're just like clawing through like the tube essentially that they're in, which is the train.
But there's so many of them that they just
they're just crawling all over each other, and like some of them are like upside down, like pulling across the ceiling and stuff, and it's just packed with people. So that was like, I like that it went only roughly like that far with it, and not like the World War Z like tidal wave of flesh, or like the Game of Thrones like battle of what was the dark one, the dark battle at the end.
So pitch, confined space, zombies, what do you do?
I was
Find out.
I was laughing when we said that it was a Korean movie because when we were watching it, I was like, man, I'm disappointed that they missed an opportunity to not call this movie Soul Train.
No. And when he said that joke, I said, no, you're not going to take...
She's like, don't take that from black people.
Like, you're not going to take that away from us.
My God.
We have Soul Train.
That's fair.
It's fine. We will share it, sure, but you're not about to just give it away like that. As much as that's a good joke. I do like the joke.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Do you get it? Because in Seoul, Korea. Okay.
I would take my ring off, but I haven't worn it in a month.
I haven't either. Probably doesn't
God.
fit because I'm so fat.
That was rude.
To myself, I'm allowed.
You are allowed, but that's rude.
Pull
so
my
you
hairs
get,
out.
You get little pinches. Have high self-esteem. Like, look, Jesse got all dressed up just for the camera.
I know.
I'm feeling good.
Look at those muscles.
I'm feeling good about my arms now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're just like, ugh, slithering away.
Meanwhile, it's like, I went outside to take the trash out today. And I felt itchy.
And
then Lady had to stop and scratch.
I hate everything about it.
We'll be talking about that soon because the 15th anniversary of Psychonauts is in like a week or two.
Mhm.
So probably our next episode. We
After
can
this
finally...
commercial break.
last thing I want to say is Onward. Because that's probably the most relevant
that
thing
did
we
come
watched.
out.
Mm.
Did you watch Onward?
No.
Dang it. Okay,
It's good.
It is
Spoiler
good.
alert.
It
It's
is.
good.
I wasn't expecting it to be good.
Yeah.
Onward just came out. It's the new Disney / Pixar?
Yeah.
Is it Disney and Pixar?
Mhm.
Okay,
it's Pixar, but it's like owned by Disney.
No,
just like everything else.
Pixar is his own thing. That's been a thing for a couple
Not
years.
anymore.
What? Did they go back? Pixar owns itself now.
I don't know. It's a Disney Pixar. Those were the two logos at the beginning of the movie, so.
Alright. Well, yeah, so Onward, man, how do I even describe Onward? It just came out in theaters, but then World happened.
Yeah.
So they were like,
The
you know,
world happened.
you know what? Now that movie theaters are completely closed, let's put it on Disney Plus right away for those who haven't. I'm like,
Yeah.
awesome.
Which was super cool.
That was really nice.
Mm.
And I didn't expect to like it as much as I did.
Yeah.
Because usually a lot of like 2D cartoons that come out right now are just like Angry Birds or just like...
Yeah, but this is Pixar, so.
I know, but like I feel like a lot of like the movies that come out just aren't quality. It's just like herpy derp derp derp. Funny,
Yeah.
fun for kids. Like here's slapstick humor, just continuous. Like, do you know how much I get advertisements for that Trolls movie? It's to the
Oh,
point that
God.
it's to the point that I almost want to watch it.
No, don't let it get
it's,
you.
It's working. It's everywhere I turn. It's every like Snapchat like filter. I like, you know, I like
so
I
mad.
scroll looking at my friend's Snapchats and
You
it's
know why I
like, you
don't
want to
like-
watch Trolls, and I'm like, I do. I guess I do.
I don't use Snapchat anymore. Precisely why.
Because of Trolls.
Because of Trolls.
Online Trolls and the movie Trolls.
But no, Onward does have trolls, but they're kind of good. It was very like, I don't know, like
It's basically...
magical.
Well, yeah, it's a fantasy world, but they discover technology in the same... Like, basically, like, it shows you in, like, the opening monologue voiceover thing that's like, oh, there used to be magic and wizards and, oh, blah, 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 casting spells. And then somebody's like, I invented a light bulb. And then they're like, whoa.
Huh.
And basically, like, magic kind of fades out of existence because it's almost like a muscle. Like,
Because
nobody's
innovation.
using it. Because of what?
Because of innovation.
Yeah. So it's like technological innovation kind of supersedes everything, and like unicorns and dragons devolve into basically being like feral, like pests. Basically, like they have a dragon as a pet, and it's just like this long, slithery, dumb looking, like
Yeah.
you know.
Like as a dog.
Yeah, but they're elves, and you know the
There's gnomes
kids'
and
moms
pixies
are
and...
dating a centaur, and it's like there's police, and you know they play video games, and they go to high school, and but it's basically like there's the two
brothers.
main brothers are Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. So you have Spider-Man and Star-Lord are brothers, and their dad's been dead like ever since. Like the older brother was young, so like the younger brother never even got to meet the dad, and I'm just gonna say what's in the trailer, so I'm not gonna spoil anything. But basically, like, it's the kid's 16th birthday, and then there's like this present from the dad that's like a magic wand or a staff and like a spell to like bring him back to life, and it's like they only bring him half back to life, so he's just literally just walking legs and like shoes and stuff. So it's like basically Weekend at Bernie's, but like in a fantasy setting. And then they gotta go on a quest to write everything, and but holy crap, it's really good.
Huh.
Yeah,
It was good. Yeah, I didn't expect to like it, but I didn't expect to cry.
I was gonna say another one that's very feelsy. Like I thought I cried a lot at Coco, but like, oh man,
Now
Really?
my heart. Yeah,
we have to revisit it when Jesse watches it because I have a question. Was it? Nope, I can't even ask that question.
Okay,
Don't worry, I'll watch it. We have Disney Plus now.
nice.
I mean, we could have just gave
Don't
you ours.
clap me for being a corporate slave.
I love Disney. I mean, I don't stand for their corporate
hate Disney.
disgustingness. I love Disney.
The stuff they put out.
What they put
is good.
out.
I don't like them.
That's fair, and I won't fight you over that.
I'm not. Yeah. I'm not paying for it though, so it's fine.
You didn't have to. You could have just took ours.
Yeah.
That is right. Why didn't you?
We do not condone sharing of passwords
Oh
and
yeah,
piracy
sorry. No, we
in
don't.
this house.
We do not.
That's fine.
do that.
Don't do it.
We are all paying for our own Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon Prime.
Yes, we afford all of those things like an average household.
With our jobs that we all have. Anyway,
I have nothing to
let's grill
say.
some hot dogs and watch football like regular Americans.
Yay, capitalism. Real quick, actually, I realized that we haven't talked about this because it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's banned.
Or we can't. We could just not.
What?
Jojo Rabbit.
Oh my! Okay. We're gonna go for another hour and talk about Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit is like unexpectedly like a phenomenal film to me.
Yeah.
I love Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, man, when did we see that then? Because
That was a couple months ago.
it had to have been after we recorded the last episode.
I'll go get a snack while you guys go.
No, listen,
Give us like 5 minutes.
let us share about this movie.
It's just that you guys got so passionate. I'm like, I want to be in the passion.
You
too.
should
Well,
watch Jojo Rabbit.
Remember
then.
when I came home after we saw it and I was like, I'm mad that you didn't want to come see it because you were like, it looks dumb.
Wasn't that Hitler?
It's the Hitler one.
Yes.
It looked dumb.
It's amazing.
It does look dumb, and I'm like, I want to see
The
how dumb
trailer
it
did
is.
not
Yeah.
do it justice to
But-
make me want to go.
But the guy who's Hitler is Taika Waititi.
All right, real quick.
Korg.
Let's
Hey,
Hey,
like
I'm a big Paul of Rocks, as you can see.
It's a rock paper scissors joke for you.
let us explain the plot of Jojo Rabbit.
Go.
So we follow a kid who is in the Hitler Youth, and he is
Lost me.
incredibly enthusiastic about it. He loves being a Hitler Youth.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Like the brainwashed kids who were like brought up to like worship Hitler, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
In real life, like this is a real thing that happened.
Okay.
So he has an imaginary friend who happens to be Hitler. And he just talks to Hitler all the time, and it's really bizarre, but it's super silly because Hitler is like just kind of like chummy with him. He's like, "Hey Jojo, how's it going?"
Yeah. And he still has a very slight New Zealand accent. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't try that hard to do the German accent. It's so good. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, you have see any nasty, disgusting Jews out? And he's like, no, not today, Hitler. It's like, what is happening?
But
Yeah.
it follows this kid through like the whole ordeal of the war, and it's like just.
But it's total satire because it shows how
yes
dumb that they all were, and like I almost don't want to explain that much and just like let you experience it, because if I gush about it so much, you'll like it less.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because
you do that with everything.
a lot of times people have recommended movies or games or film, and then I'll be like, that was dumb. So don't hype it up.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't that great.
Okay, quit. I'll watch it if it wasn't that great.
But I remember there were so many memorable moments that had like just a huge payoff.
We were talking about it the whole way back.
Yes.
Like, and normally I wouldn't consider you really like a movie person.
Not really,
So,
despite
like-
my dad trying to push media on me all the time.
Yeah. So the fact that like we were talking that much about like a movie, like that told me, like I love movies, sure, like, and I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to movies and pretty much anything, but the fact that like you were like, yo, like I keep thinking, like I think you texted me the next day, like
Yeah.
I keep thinking about Jojo Rabbit.
Right.
I'm like, oh man, this part, but I mean it wasn't all that great. It was just kind of fun. It was amazing. It's the best movie I've seen ever.
I don't know what it was about it. It had like some sort of magic about it. Like it was so weird and bizarre and kind of silly, but there was these moments that just like really freaking. I did cry at it.
Yeah.
I cried at a part.
Whew.
You know what? Okay,
The
solution.
Star Wars crossover part was wild.
What the heck? All right, solution. We figure out how to legally download or legally
Download, not
not download. I meant watch. I watch, not
will
download.
legally pirate and steal his movie.
I meant just legally watch this movie. I will find a way to watch this movie, and then on the next episode we can actually correctly watch. Because I feel like you guys are like dancing around what's making it
There's
good.
a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And
I
feel the pressure of you guys wanting to go, and like I'm here and you guys are like, oh. So I feel like I'm preventing you guys from doing that. So I'll watch it.
No, I also don't want to get too into it because, like, I mean, one, I could gush about it for a long time because it was fan-freaking-tastic, but also, like, it's one of those movies where, like I was saying, like, you kind of just have to go in blind. Like, just...
Well, yeah, so stop telling me about it.
Okay. I would be
Oh, wow, that was easy.
so happy if you liked this movie.
Yeah.
We'll find
I
out.
feel like you...
I feel like if I...
But she doesn't like
Her
really
taste.
dumb humor.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's
Yeah.
a mix.
I have to
think.
have... It has to be dry dumb humor, not wet dumb
It's
humor.
pretty
You
dry.
cannot have... It cannot be freaking Eric Andre. I cannot handle Eric Andre. I think that is the stupidest humor ever.
We've lately been saying, like...
But I will watch Portlandia because that's kind of dry. And, like, I'll kind of
Yeah.
chuckle at it. And I'm like,
You like it if... I think you like satires. Like, if it's not taking itself seriously and kind of, like, poking fun at a certain thing, rather than, like, you know... Tim
Buzz
and
me
Eric.
mulatto.
Yo, you want to
hit
hit this ranch?
and I'm like, what does that mean?
You gonna go down to the trippy and hit some quads with me, bro? It's just...
The weird thing
to
is
that.
when you quote it, I think that's hilarious. I think that's hilarious.
But when you see him...
But when you
wanna
show it
cut
to
his
me
head
and then
off.
I hear you enjoying these jokes, I get angry.
I have the very same effect with Tim and Eric. It's
Yeah.
like I'll show you a clip and you're like you will like stare blankly at it, and then we'll reference it later on
and just lose it.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And then next time we watch the clip, it's funny. Like,
Yeah.
it's bizarre.
It's weird.
I don't know. It's a
I'm
weird...
sorry. I don't laugh at things. And it also doesn't help that I don't laugh at things that are funny. My favorite people ever are Key and Peele. And we'll put it on while we're eating. And he'll be like, did you enjoy that? I'm like, yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah, I'll be cracking up, and she's just like, and like the episode will be over, and she'll be like, "That one was so funny." And I'm like,
But I didn't
are you
laugh.
sure?
I
Because
didn't laugh.
we're watching the same thing. We've talked about that before on here, but
Yeah, I'll just be like, did you enjoy that? Yeah, it was hilarious.
well, I didn't even see you crack a smile, so.
Sorry,
You're a mystery to
I-
me still after all these years.
What can I say except wash your hands?
Yeah. We've had to like put a like level of moist category on the types of humor now, because I'll be like, "Oh, you gotta watch this video," and you'll be like, "Well, how wet is it?" And I'll be like, because she's like, "Oh, dry humor is stuff that I like," but like she calls like Eric Andre and Tim and Eric Andre, they should do a crossover. She calls that like wet humor because it's like it's the opposite of dry humor. So and I'll be like, it's like slightly damp, and she's like, I don't know, it sounds like it's dripping wet, and I'll show her, and she'd be like, yeah, that was very wet, and I hated it.
You just made all of that up.
What?
I have never said all of that.
We've had maybe not word for word, but we've had that conversation where you'll be like that's moist humor. Like it's not quite wet humor, it's moist humor, and therefore I didn't like it. Not in that voice, but
Exactly that voice.
anyway.
And the hoodles. Closer.
Hopefully, the next episode that we do won't be 4 months.
It won't be.
It'll probably be next week.
Yeah, we got time for it
So-
now. As long as Jesse doesn't get us sick. And kills us.
Literally, we could record these remotely. I don't.
Yeah, that's true. We probably should, but we won't.
It's just easy.
Yeah.
Plus, I like seeing you.
I like
I don't like seeing you.
seeing you guys. Just cut it there.
But no, thank you for watching / listening, however you consume us. Consume us. We will be back soon with some more things.
Yeah.
I've like lost the ability to like do outros because it's been so long.
I know.
Yeah.
Somebody else say something. Hey, we got a Patreon. Sign up for that and help us afford things because we don't have any money, but you guys probably don't either. So.
Once we get to $10 on the Patreon, I will release the secret episode of the Pokemon podcast.
Oh,
Ooh,
man.
that'll be interesting. Then you'll get one of the jokes that was referenced during this podcast.
We've heard audio snippets of it.
I will do a little self-insert though.
Okay,
Yay,
self-insert. Insert yourself.
I'm getting in there. Okay, so since everyone's been playing Animal Crossing, I have been opening up Animal Crossing commissions recently where I will draw you as a villager of your choice. So like what you do is you pick your favorite animal, your favorite color, and your favorite like canon Animal Crossing villager, and I will like take all that information and merge them into a nice lovely amiibo card.
Because if we haven't talked before, Triana's an amazing illustrator. So
Yeah, I haven't talked about that at all actually. I draw. I have
Yes.
a bachelor's degree in illustration.
So if you want an amiibo card with a custom villager of your design and Driana's execution.
And it doesn't matter the animal. So if you're like, well, sharks aren't a
Yeah.
villager.
She made me into a shark.
Put
It's
it up on the
awesome.
screen.
Yeah.
But, oh yeah, future Andrew, put it up on the screen.
Thanks, Andrew.
Don't backsass me.
So yeah, so just, you know, you can either send us a private message or be like, hey, I heard there was commissions. I am definitely offering those. So you can either check out my Instagram, which is anakotsu.instagram.com. You know, search me up on
Or you
Instagram.
can just
Or
search
you can
At
just-
Anakotsu.
Go to
Sounds like a 6-year-old.
Please go to http://www.instagram.com/ANNAKOTSU and hit enter. AOL keyword Anakotsu. AOL keyword. And
Open
with
your
that,
Netscape browser.
pull up your Juno email. Make sure to sign into your Zanga. And we've just shown our age, and Driana's broken, so I think it's time to end our lives.
Bye-bye, everybody. Stay safe.
Goodbye.
Just cut it there.
Are you okay? She's I like don't want to turn it off yet because you're still dying.
Ridiculous. Yeah!